Hello, welcome to Coffee with Jude. Today we're going to talk about writing as a way of healing. When I asked my writing teacher, how do you know what to write about? She said, go for the pain. Why? Because, well, here's an example. Say you're writing about going to the beach and a man came up to you with hot dogs for sale. You purchased one and ate it while you watched the waves coming in. Well, that's nice, but it's not so interesting. There's no conflict, there's no tension. Say after you were sitting there eating your dog with mustard and ketchup, your boyfriend came by and said, I'm sorry to say this, but I met someone while I was away. I didn't know what love was until I met her. Love is like a stone. What the heck? This happened to me the year before I started college at Southern Illinois University. Mick had gone on a road trip out west. My heart just split in two when I heard this. It was like a stone, more like a boulder crashed on my skull. I thought I loved him so much. He was the father of the child I gave away. It hurt so much. So I drove off to school with the grief of my lost love. Didn't know my roommate or how to find my classes. I was not excited for new adventures. So if I was writing this story back then, I might come to realize that if love could be thrown away so easily, it might be a very good thing that we did not continue. If it didn't happen now, certainly it had happened later on down the road. At the moment, all you know is the pain, and that is all you see. But as you write, your regrets and your second thoughts, what were they? Oh, I regretted that I wasn't a better girlfriend. Maybe not interesting enough. Maybe he was not wanting the burden of our dark past, of me giving birth and giving away the baby. Maybe he wanted a fresh start. Well, there could have been many reasons. Of course, I blamed myself until I wrote about it and then realized it was his restless spirit that couldn't be tamed by me. And oh, we were so young. Just 18 and he had so much ahead of us. He would come back in my life when I was a sophomore in college at the University of Colorado in Boulder, and I would have fallen in love with Dave Rodriguez, and I have to tell Mick, I'm so sorry. I still remember the look on his face, and my heart ached as much when he told me the same thing. Adios, sayonara. But somehow there was a tiny bit of him getting what he deserved. I didn't want to hurt him, but it was just what happened. Now, this story could be very interesting if I dug deeper, right? Go for the pain. Ann Patchett, in her new book, Whistler, explores the pain of losing her stepfather and then finding him in later years. They develop a complicated, deep relationship of love and camaraderie. Is the pain the fact that she is happily married and not able to spend all her time with him? Or that he is gay and never could be a lover? The reader is left pondering. It's a page-turner how she doles out information from the past in small bites. She is such a master of the craft. Ann Patchett, Whistler. Read that book. So back to healing through writing. I use writing every day to heal my emotional pain, to understand why I'm hurting and how I can do better and how to ease the pain. It's like the perfect therapist. Always listening, and you can come across the solution on your own by working through the words. Go for the pain. So this is an exercise for you about getting in touch with some of these deep, meaningful memories. Sometimes in our writing, we're tempted to not be entirely honest with ourselves or the story because it's just too painful. But this very thing, this painful thing you're afraid to write about, just might be the key to a really good memoir. When I asked my writing teacher, how do you know what you should write about? She said, go for the pain. That has the energy and the most to gain for you as the writer because it forces you to dig deep. So this will be an exercise in getting in touch with some of these deep memories. Write for yourself. Don't think about anyone reading it. It's just for you. It is part of the writing work, getting a chance to dig deep. So here are some prompts for you to get started. I don't like to think about this, but I remember the day. If I had it to do over, I would have. Sadness is a part of this vivid memory. Sometimes the memory is just too painful to write about, but you still feel like it might be good, but you're not just ready yet. So you could start writing in the third person and talk about this person. You could say she was a good girl who went horribly wrong, something like that. So third person is not a common voice to use in memoir, but it certainly can help you get one step removed and get in touch with these things that you're not quite ready to write about yet in terms of memoir. So writing about painful memories can sometimes bring an understanding and a healing. A great book to read about this is called Writing is a Way of Healing: How Telling Our Stories Transforms Our Lives by Louise DeSalvo. And if you feel like you're too self-absorbed to be writing about these personal things, just remember that writing is a gift that we give ourselves, and it's a gift that we give others. So remember that.